Hello, welcome to week 5. The Shoemakers made the trip to Nashville, and I'm going to let our friends say hello. Can you say hi, Isabel?
Hi.
Hi, Paisley. And where's Angus? Can you say hi? No? So like I said, we made the trip to Nashville, so we got in last night and are staying with some friends, and this is your week 5 announcement. So I will go through the materials that you will be previewing for this week and give you a little heads up on what to expect. So hopefully the Blackboard outage, you received that announcement. You're aware that you have until tonight, Sunday, by 11:59 p.m. to get that week 4 material in, but your week 5 stuff has been made available, which should be super helpful. So let's go into week 5. So this week is all about organic, and so you're going to be starting chapter 9, which is called Big Organic. It's a fairly long chapter, and so I actually split this reading of chapter 9 into 2 weeks. So week 5, we will read up until page 158, and then you'll want to stop there for week 5, and then week 6 will carry on page 158 through the end of chapter 9. So you'll go ahead and read that chapter, and then there's an article that I've embedded within this specific learning module that is from the USDA that does give you more information about the organic label. So there is a lot of confusion out there. I think a lot of people think that if they see organic on a label, that instantly means that everything in that package that they're buying is organic. But there are varying levels, and so this article does a really great job of outlining what those different levels are, and I think is super helpful. I've also copied this little image into your discussion board, which I also think does a good job of highlighting really the complexities behind food labeling, and more specifically the complexities behind the organic food label. So you'll review that article. That'll be helpful for you when you're going in to do your discussion board. Your quiz this week is based, because we're in Nashville, I thought it was really fun to pull a PBS video from Nashville and a garden expert from Nashville. Really, gardening across the board is fairly similar other than climate. And so there are some things where she will say their last frost is in April. Our last frost isn't until mid-May. And so there are some little nuances there that are different just based on climate. Here it's about 95 degrees and probably like 90 to 95% humidity. So it's climate-wise much different than what you're experiencing right now in Idaho, which my understanding is probably about mid-70s, which is like my favorite temperature. And we definitely don't experience the humidity that Nashville or really the southern states experience. So you'll view that video. That video, you can watch all of it if you want. It's kind of a fun little like 30-minute PBS section, but the contents that are most important for you are really about 10 minutes in until about 20 minutes in. So there's about a 10-minute window that is where your quiz is pulled from. So that'll be the most important part to pay attention to when you launch your organic farming quiz. But if you want to, you can watch the whole thing. They talk about planting blueberries. They go into organic farming. So more than welcome to watch all of it if you would like. Just like every other week, you do have your organic discussion board. So there are some prompts there. There's 4 that you will want to view, think about. I always encourage you to view these early within the week so that you kind of have some time to mentally prepare. Like question 1 is asking you to, again, go to the grocery store or take a look in your pantry, your fridge, or your freezer and see if you have something with that organic label. And then if you can identify, based on that organic label, how organic your product is. So is it 100%? Is it mostly, so that 90-95% threshold, or is it made with and follows that like 70% or less than 70% threshold? So you'll want to make sure that you know that early on so that you do have some time to go out and find something with the label, and then make that determination of how organic it is. I'm asking you to talk specifically about the organic label and really just talk about whether or not you realized that there were differences and that not all of those organic labels are created equally. Michael Pollan talks about this idea of highly industrialized organic farming and things that are highly industrialized but still carry that organic label. And he gives some examples on page 139, so I would encourage you to look at those examples, but also go out and see if you can find something or think of something that is a product that has that organic label but is highly industrialized, and just tell us about that product, but then tell us how that makes you feel. And then finally, this idea of organic junk food. So I always have to laugh because it's becoming more and more common that you see things with the organic label, and a lot of people associate the organic label is, if it has the organic label, that must mean it's good for me. But more and more we're seeing things that have the organic label that are highly processed and may not be good for you. And so I'd be interesting to see from you your thoughts on this, your perspective, and really just think through how does that make you feel when we talk about organic and whether or not we're really kind of watering that label down. This week for your Let's Connect, you will be completing a library badge. And so I'm going to walk you through the steps in this video on how to do that. But I've also listed out step 1, step 2, step 3, what you need to do in order to accomplish this outcome for the week. So the first thing that you're going to do is within your Blackboard shell, so when you're logged right into Blackboard, before you even click on our class for this semester, you have a little thing right here that says My Organizations. And for you, that list is going to be a lot smaller than what my list is, but what you're looking for is this CWI Information Library Literacy Badging Program. So that's a mouthful, but you want to find that under your organizations and click on it. When you click on it, I would encourage you to read this little welcome announcement. This gives you just a synopsis of what some of the badges are that the library at CWI offers. The one that we're going to focus on for this week is the Crossed the Threshold badge. So that's the very first badge that really gives you a tour of the library. It gives you an orientation to their website, and it walks you through really just the services and things that our library offers. So over on the left-hand side, you'll see under that little table of contents that there is one that says Crossed the Threshold badge. And when you click on that, it's going to take you into the specific module that walks you through the steps in order to complete that. It starts out giving you a summary, and then it explains to you the learning outcomes. Up top, you're going to click where it says Crossed the Threshold badge, and that's going to launch basically that specific module for you. So it gives you a welcome message, talks about the services that they offer, gives you that virtual tour, and then there's a Cross the Thresholds test. Once you complete that test, you're going to get a badge. And the way that you can view that badge is you can come down here where it says Achievements or Earned Badges. And when you click on that, mine says None, but when you click on that, you will see that your Crossed the Threshold badge, this little guy right here, is going to be highlighted that you have earned that. And what I need you to do is I need you to take a screenshot of this page that includes your name, where you can see my name right here, and then that you've earned that Cross the Threshold badge. Once you've completed that part, so you've earned the badge, you're going to log back into your learning module for the week, and you're going to notice that down there in week 5, there is a spot towards the very end that says Cross the Threshold badge assignment upload. And you'll want to go ahead and click that and upload the photo of your completion for that Cross the Threshold library badge. So that's it. That's week 5. Week 5 is due Wednesday, just like always, by 11:59 p.m. I will be flying back Wednesday. So if you have questions, need help, I'm going to be in and out of email. You also may have noticed that if you have been emailing me, I'm on vacation for the next 3 weeks. So I actually will not be in the office, but I am available via email if you have any questions or need anything. And just check your syllabus for my response times, because I'm going to try to keep up that 24-hour response on weekends, give me 48 hours, because we are traveling quite a bit within these next 3 weeks. So I just want to make you aware of that. I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful week. I know that we are excited. We are headed out to the honky tonks tonight. It's exciting to see our friends that we served in the Peace Corps with. That's who we're here visiting. We always try to link up once a year and get together, which is always really fun. And then I'm most excited to be able to hit up the Grand Ole Opry Tuesday night. So the country girl in me is very excited to go see the Charlie Daniels Band and whoever shows up at the Opry Tuesday night. So have a fantastic week. And again, don't hesitate to email if you have any questions or concerns.